All right, so we're diving deep into The Alchemist today.
Oh, yeah.
And you've handed me this novel.
Mm-hmm.
Not a philosophy textbook.
Right.
It's known for being engaging and sneaking up on you with wisdom.
Definitely.
So we've got Santiago,
Yeah.
this young shepherd in Andalusia.
Yeah.
And he has this dream about treasure
Okay.
near the pyramids in Egypt.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see where this path takes us.
It's a great story.
So what strikes you about this book?
Well, it's interesting how it uses this simple journey to represent these journeys we all take in life.
Okay.
Recognizing when the universe is kind of nudging you, and then having the courage to actually follow those nudges.
So Santiago's got this recurring dream.
Yeah.
It's not just any dream.
Right.
It feels like a premonition.
Mm-hmm.
Like something's pulling him towards something bigger.
That's his first brush with what Coelho calls our personal legend.
His personal legend.
Yeah, that purpose inside each of us, that dream we're meant to fulfill.
But he's a shepherd, trading that for a wild goose chase
Right.
across continents
Yeah.
based on a dream.
It's a big leap of faith.
A huge leap of faith.
Most people would just ignore it.
Roll over and go back to sleep.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what's so interesting about The Alchemist.
Right.
It's about recognizing that yearning
Mhm.
and choosing to actually act on it.
So that's where Melchizedek comes in.
Yeah, the old king.
He doesn't give Santiago the answers,
No, he doesn't.
but he gives him this challenge.
He says, when you want something, the universe conspires to help you achieve it.
Talk about tough love.
It is tough love.
Melchizedek really pushes him
Yeah,
to go beyond what he's comfortable with.
to chase that dream.
So it's a wake-up call.
Like a wake-up call for Shane.
He has to choose
Right.
this comfortable shepherd life
Uh-huh.
or this uncertain, dangerous path
Yeah.
toward his personal legend.
It's a tough choice.
So Santiago takes the plunge,
He does.
sells his flock, sets sail for Tangier.
He trusts the old king.
But then things get real very quickly.
Oh, yeah. He gets robbed almost immediately.
He's stranded, he's broke,
Yeah.
questioning everything.
It would be easy to give up at that point
Oh, yeah, for sure.
and say, this whole personal legend thing was a bad idea.
But he doesn't give up.
No, he did.
He finds work with this crystal merchant.
Okay.
This always felt symbolic to me.
Oh, absolutely.
What do you think?
Well, it's where he learns to be present.
Right.
Pay attention to the details,
Right.
even in what seems like mundane work.
Those cleaning crystal glasses
Yeah, exactly.
is connected to finding treasure.
It is. It's symbolic.
Okay.
The crystal merchant teaches him about omens,
Mhm.
adapting to change,
Uh-huh.
focusing on now rather than the past or the future.
Right.
It's all about the present moment.
These lessons are so applicable
They are.
to everyday life.
Mm-hmm.
It's like universal truths
Yeah.
hidden in plain sight.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter who you are,
Shepherd, crystal merchant,
you know.
podcast listener. Anyone can apply these lessons.
So eventually, Santiago earns enough money
Uh-huh.
to continue his journey.
He does.
He joins a caravan crossing the Sahara. Wow. It's like stepping into a whole other world.
That caravan represents another stage in his growth.
Like Personal Legend 101.
Exactly.
Now he's really immersed.
He's surrounded by all these people
Yeah.
from different backgrounds,
Oh.
all going to the same place but with their own stories.
So he meets this Englishman
Yeah.
who's obsessed with alchemy.
Obsessed.
Two guys in the desert.
Yeah.
One's looking for gold.
Right.
The other's trying to turn lead into gold.
It's a funny pairing.
What are the chances?
Well, it highlights that there are many paths to a personal legend.
I like that.
The Englishman is more intellectual,
Mhm.
while Santiago is learning through experience.
So no right or wrong way.
Exactly, as long as you're moving forward.
But the camel driver
Yes.
drops some serious truth bombs.
The camel driver is wise. He's lived in harmony with nature.
So he teaches Santiago about listening to his heart,
Mm-hmm.
recognizing that everything's connected,
The interconnectedness of life.
and living in the present moment.
Yeah. The language of the world.
Okay, so Santiago survives the desert,
He does.
learns from these fellow travelers,
Uh-huh.
and then there's Fatima.
Oh, yes, Fatima.
This isn't just a romantic interlude.
No, it's more than that.
It feels like a really important part of his journey.
It is.
What do you think?
She represents a different kind of love.
Okay.
She encourages him to continue his quest.
Even though it means they might be apart,
Exactly.
it's a powerful lesson.
It is.
Love shouldn't hold you back.
No, it shouldn't.
It should support your journey.
Yeah. even if those journeys take you in different directions.
At least for a while.
Right.
So Fatima sends him off,
She does.
and he bumps into the alchemist.
The alchemist himself.
This is where things get really interesting.
It is.
He's this mysterious figure, full of wisdom, and he's connected to something much greater.
To something far greater than himself. Yes.
So the story's taken us from Spain to Tangier to the Sahara.
Right.
And now we're at the heart of it all.
Yeah.
The alchemists, the desert.
The search for something deeper.
Something deeper than buried treasure.
Much deeper.
But we'll have to save that
I know.
for part 2 of our deep dive.
I can't wait.
We'll see what happens next
I'm excited.
in Santiago's journey.
Me too.
So we're back.
Back again.
And we left off with Santiago,
Yeah.
about to meet the alchemist.
This is a turning point.
A real turning point.
He's finally found the right guide
The guide he needs.
to navigate this internal part of his journey.
So what does the alchemist actually teach him?
Well, he doesn't give him a treasure map.
No.
It's not that simple.
Okay.
He teaches him to listen to his intuition.
Right.
To understand the language of the world.
The language of the world.
Yeah, it's not words.
Okay.
It's signs and omens.
Whispers of the wind patterns in the sand.
But how do you learn a language that has no words?
It's about being aware
Okay.
of the subtle energies around you.
Like a sixth sense?
Kind of.
So the alchemist helps Santiago
Yeah.
to use those stones, Urim and Thummim,
Yes. There was
for
your
divination,
Exactly.
tapping into his inner wisdom.
inner wisdom.
Okay.
Remember Melchizedek gave him those
Yeah, way back at the beginning.
right at the start.
So it's all connected.
Everything's connected.
But it's not all meditation and crystals.
No.
They face some real danger.
Oh, yeah. They get caught in a tribal war.
Oh, wow.
It's not just a random event.
Okay.
It represents those obstacles we all face in life.
So it's a test.
It's a test of his courage.
And the lessons he's learned.
Exactly.
The alchemist doesn't just tell him what to do.
No, he does.
He encourages him to figure it out.
To trust his instincts.
Even in impossible situations.
Yeah.
Like when they're captured
Right.
by one of the tribes.
Right.
The alchemist tells the chieftain
Yeah.
that Santiago can turn himself into the wind.
Into the wind.
It's a test of his mastery of the language of the world.
Hold on. How can someone
It sounds crazy.
turn into the wind?
It's a metaphor
Okay.
for letting go of control, surrendering to the unknown.
Letting the universe work through you.
That's it.
It's a big leap of faith.
It is a leap of faith.
And he does it.
He does.
He turns into the wind
It proves he's ready.
for the final stage of his journey.
Yeah, the pyramids.
But remember,
Yes.
Santiago was looking for treasure.
Right.
Real buried gold.
Golden jewels.
And when they finally get to the pyramids,
He finds nothing.
nothing.
It's a letdown.
After all that.
But remember, the alchemist turned lead into gold.
Yeah.
That was symbolic.
Right.
The real treasure isn't gold.
Okay.
It's the transformation.
The transformation he went through
Exactly.
to become worthy of that treasure.
Worthy of the treasure.
So the journey was the real treasure.
The journey itself.
But that's easier said than done.
I know.
Who wouldn't be disappointed
Right.
to come up empty-handed?
Santiago's disappointed at first.
Yeah.
But then he remembers
What does he remember?
to heed the omens.
The old king's advice.
Yes.
So the omens were guiding him all along,
It were.
not just to gold,
Right.
but to a deeper understanding.
Of himself.
And then the twist.
The twist.
He doesn't find the treasure at the pyramids.
No.
He finds it back in Spain.
Right back where he started.
It's like the universe was testing him,
Yeah.
making sure he understood
Making sure he learned the lessons.
before revealing the reward.
It's like a final exam.
So the real treasure is where your heart belongs.
And the journey matters.
The journey is just as important
More important, maybe.
than the destination.
Exactly.
So much to unpack here.
There is.
It sounds like the end of Santiago's journey.
Not quite.
What else is there?
He made a promise to the gypsy woman.
To give her a tenth of his treasure.
And he's a man of his word.
So he goes back to Spain
All the way back.
to fulfill his promise.
He keeps his promises.
And that's when he finds it.
The treasure.
In the abandoned church.
Right where it all began.
A chest full of gold.
Gold coins and ancient artifacts.
Oh.
And he finds Fatima
Oh.
waiting for him at the oasis.
It's a beautiful ending.
When two souls are meant to be together,
Yeah.
the universe finds a way.
So much to think about.
I know.
We've covered a lot of ground,
We have.
but there's still more to explore.
Definitely.
We'll delve into those deeper implications
Yeah.
when we return
For the final part.
of our deep dive.
Oh.
Okay, so we followed Santiago on this incredible journey.
Yeah, an incredible
We've seen his transformation,
Mm-hmm.
And ultimately, he achieved his goal.
Right.
But what does it all mean for us?
That's the big question.
How can we take this wisdom
Yeah.
and apply it to our own lives?
Well, The Alchemist isn't just a story.
Right.
It's a call to action.
A call to action.
It's about recognizing that we all have a personal legend,
Right.
a unique purpose.
But it's easy to get caught up
Oh, yeah.
in everyday life.
Daily grind.
Work responsibilities, to-do lists.
They never end.
How do we even start to unearth our personal legend?
It starts with listening.
Listening to what?
With those whispers.
Oh.
Those little nudges.
The ones we might be ignoring
Exactly.
because we're too busy.
We're distracted.
So what could those be?
Well, it could be a dream,
Okay.
a recurring dream.
Like Santiago.
Yeah, like Santiago.
Okay.
Or a passion for something new, a new hobby.
Or just feeling discontent.
Yeah, unhappy with the way things are.
It's like that restlessness Santiago felt.
Exactly.
He knew there was something more.
Deep down, he knew.
So once you start paying attention, what's the next step?
Take action.
Action.
It doesn't have to be huge. It's a small step.
Like what?
Reading a book,
No.
taking a class, talking to someone you admire.
Someone who inspires you?
Yeah.
Those baby steps?
Little leaps of faith.
Showing the universe you're serious.
That you're ready.
But the path isn't always clear.
No, it's not.
There are going to be detours.
Challenges.
Moments you want to quit.
It's all part of the process.
Those challenges are there for a reason.
They help us grow.
They learn.
To become more resilient.
Like when Santiago got robbed.
In Tangier, it seemed like a disaster.
But it led him to the crystal merchant.
And those valuable lessons.
So when we face setbacks, we should reframe them.
As opportunities.
Opportunities for growth.
Ask yourself what you can learn.
Right, from that experience.
How can you use it?
To become stronger.
More aligned with your purpose.
And we can't forget about fear.
No, fear is a big one.
Santiago faced a lot of fear.
He did.
Leaving his old life behind.
The fear of failure.
It's natural.
It's part of being human.
But the Alchemist shows us that fear can hold us back.
From our dreams.
So how do we overcome that fear?
Well, the Alchemist says the only thing that makes a dream impossible is the fear of failing.
So how do we find the courage?
It's about trust.
Trying.
Trusting in something bigger.
Okay.
Whether it's the soul of the world,
right,
the universe,
or our intuition.
It's a force that wants to help us.
He wants to support us.
To achieve our personal legend.
So we need to learn to recognize the omens.
Those signs.
Those synchronicities.
When you're on the right track.
But they're not always obvious.
No, they're not.
It could be a song on the radio.
A random encounter.
A change in the weather.
Pay attention.
Trust your gut.
Be open to the unexpected.
And love.
Yes, love.
Santiago was driven by love.
For Fatima.
It gave him strength.
Courage.
Motivation to keep going.
Love is powerful.
So let's wrap up.
Okay.
What are the key takeaways?
What can our listener do today?
To start living a more fulfilling life.
A life aligned with their purpose.
First,
listen to those whispers.
Those inner whispers.
Those moments of excitement.
Curiosity.
Yearning.
They're trying to tell you something.
They are.
Take action.
Any action.
Even a small step.
It makes a difference.
It does embrace challenges.
They're not there to stop you.
They're guides.
Learn from your mistakes.
Adapt to change.
Become stronger.
More resilient.
Fourth.
Trust.
Trust in something bigger.
The universe.
Your intuition.
The power of your dreams.
Believe you have the support.
To achieve your goals.
You do.
And finally.
Love.
Let love guide you.
Give you strength.
Inspire you.
To live a life of purpose.
The Alchemist reminds us that life is a journey.
And an adventure.
With twists and turns.
It's up to us.
To choose how we navigate it.
Make good choices.
So go forth, dear listener.
Find your personal legend.
And may it unfold.
It's
extraordinarily.
Thanks for joining us.
For this deep dive into The Alchemist.
We hope you enjoyed it.
That it inspired you.
Maybe even a little bit of magic.